This video is a basic guide for the use of the Ultimaker 3D printers in the project space. It will demonstrate the standard process for uploading a CAD file into the Cura software, setting the printing parameters, and then transferring your file to the machine and starting your print. However, it is not an exhaustive guide for using the machines. There are many different parameters that can be set, and you must always consult with a project space technician prior to starting any printing work. Before using any equipment in the project space, you must first familiarise yourself with the associated risk assessments, cost forms, and standard operating procedure documents. These are located near the entrance to the project space. You will need to bring your CAD design with you, either on a removable storage device or as an email attachment to yourself. The laptops located nearby the Ultimaker 3D printers can be used to retrieve your file. No matter what CAD package you are using, your design will need to be saved as an STL file. Be aware that there are limits to the type of designs that you can physically print. For example, the total usable size of the building area is only 200 by 200 by 280 mm in size. Anything larger than this cannot be printed. Once your STL file is available, retrieve one of the SD cards from the front of the Ultimaker unit. You can then launch the Cura software and open your STL file. This places the design in the centre of the virtual table. By holding down the right mouse button, you can move your view around the table. Your object is unlikely to be in the correct orientation to begin, so you will need to click on Rotate to adjust it. Dragging along the coloured circles will reorientate the object. Notice how as I do this, the bar at the top of the screen recalculates the time estimate total build material for the job. If I move the design out of bounds, it turns grey, indicating that it cannot print here. I can print multiple objects at the same time, space permitting, which is useful if I have lots of small designs. Make sure to click the Lay Flat button in order to ensure your design is sat flat on the build plate. The settings on the left will change the conditions of your print. You can mouse over them to read a pop-up explanation of what each one does, but it is better to consult a technician who will advise you on appropriate settings for your individual design. Generally, most users will only adjust the fill density settings, which determines the overall strength of the part, and the support types, which are important for supporting overhangs in your design and to prevent lifting from the build plate bed. Again, consult with a technician for guidance. Once you are happy with your print settings, you will need to save the G-code, either from the File menu or by using the Toolpath to SD shortcut. You can then eject the card and return it to the machine that you are using. Before printing, you may need to add a small amount of mold release agent to the build plate in order to secure your print down on the plate. Apply this sparingly with a paper towel and ask a technician if you are unsure. Using the front dial of the machine, locate your file in the file structure and select it to begin printing. You will need to wait for the machine to heat up before printing begins. This may take several minutes if the printer is cold. It is worth monitoring your print initially to check that it starts correctly, but after this you can leave it and return to collect it later on. Depending on your design, printing times can be anything from half an hour to several days. When your printer's finished, it is likely to still be firmly adhered to the build plate. If it is only just finished, it is also likely to be hot, so it must be left to cool thoroughly. A technician will carefully remove the item. Please do not attempt this yourself, as the build plate is very sensitive to force displacement. Depending on your design, you may now have some work to do removing the support and scaffolding material. If your printer's failed for any reason, please consult a technician who will be able to advise you as to why it might have failed and suggest alternative build options. Good luck, and thanks for watching.